No matter where you live on this earth, there's going to be some problems. No matter how financially stable you are, no matter how much resource you have or bigger population you have, there's going to be some problems. And today, that factor has to go to South Korea. South Korea isn't necessarily bad in terms of its resources and financial problems. No, it's actually a pretty decent country. I wouldn't say it's strong as China, but it's a pretty decent country. However, there's some problems that is kind of affecting the demographic problems, and I'm not really a politician. However, I can and want to speak over this. And this has been an issue not just in South Korea, but also around the world, and that has to do with feminism. And feminism is defined as the advocacy of women's rights on the basis of equalities of the sexes. Now, you may seem like, well, I don't see any problems here. However, there are some groups of feminists that take that ideology but gets the idea wrong in certain ways. And those certain ways can be not only toxic but can be quite damaging to the democracy of the country. Think about it. Let's say that woman thinks that they're better than men and men are bad, they're white beaters and they're all evil and stuff. Could you imagine if an extremist would carry out this big ideology to a bigger population of females? Then could you imagine how men would see females as nothing but bitter? Then that would just not only lower the population, but it would spread this ideology that women are toxic and that women think that men are toxic as well. And I understand that there is some South Korean woman mistreatment where they have gender expectation and gender roles where they have to bury the children, do some chores around the house, and yada yada. But that can also be the case for USA, where 43% of women think that they're being mistreated as well. Also, I'd like to mention that there's going to be a quite of a decline in South Korea where there's going to be like 51 million in the end of the century. Now, I know 51 million is a lot of people, but when you're talking about country size, you're going to need a lot more than that. And when you have a military, you're going to need a big population of military forces. Now, 500,000 is a lot, but when it compares to the North Koreans, then you guys have like 500,000 less. And that's going to be an issue because you guys need more forces. Otherwise, North Korea might one day invade you, and they claim they have quote unquote nukes despite their technologies being behind. But yeah, it's not really a good look, you know. Now, I'm not saying that everyone should go bow chicka bow wow in South Korea. No, I'm just saying that you guys should stop this feminist ideology because it's gonna really hurt the democracy. Because could you imagine in 2025 where men will think that women in South Korea are pretty, pretty mean and they're bitter and they're toxic? No one's gonna ever want to marry them. So yeah, you guys should probably stop that because it's not good and you're not going to have a really good outcome in the end of it. So yeah, stop this feminist ideology anywhere basically because it's not really helping you guys. Now, I'm not saying that men should be better than women or women should be better than men. I'm just advocating for gender equality, and that's what should really matter than gender supremacy because it's kind of like race, and you don't want to have race supremacy. No, you just want to have equality. So instead of going for feminist or masculinity or any sort of gender supremacy, go for gender equality, guys. My throat. With that being said, this is the end of this video, and I'm not trying to push any politics into my channel. I just want to talk about this because this has been really bothersome in the later years that's been going on with feminist ideology. I'm not really a big fan of it, and I'm not saying that because I'm a man. No, I'm just saying that I hate how toxic it can be. Now, with that being said, this is the end of the video, and I really hope you guys have a good day, as my day has been bad because I have a sore throat. Anyways, goodbye. I'll return back from the graves to say other stories or other things like this. Goodbye.